So those who are watching us, warm welcome once again. Like every Saturdays, I always have a special guest from the music industry, from the film industry, from wherever. But today is a change because we got a fashion designer, which is Taniya Farooq from Singapore, Pehnava. I mean, warm welcome, Taniya.
How
are you doing?
I'm doing good. You tell. How is the COVID situation? Yeah.
COVID situation is just never ending. I don't know what's happening. I mean, where do we stand? What is happening? No idea.
Yeah, very true, very true. All over, especially India, Pakistan, very, very not in a good situation right now there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Taniya Farooq, 18 years of experience, fashion and entertainment. Wow, kya baat hai. Where did it all start from? I mean, where did this fashion designing trend start from in your life?
Okay, so I need to start from the beginning, right? So back in 2000, I started this small mini baby, my like clothing line from Pakistan. Basically, I was in Lahore that time, and I've started doing this from my bridal wear and everything. And then I've been doing there on it was more like a home-based business there. And then I moved to Singapore back in 2009, early 2009. And then I started the proper brand of the clothing line and the jewelry line here. And Singapore market is that time in 2009 very less local designers, so especially all the desi like Indian and our Pakistani side. There were very less designers that time here. So that time, that thing gave me a big kick. So, okay, let's start something which people are missing here, especially when you are living overseas, right? So we really miss that that desi touch, and this is how I started from there. Wow. And I'm here.
So don't mind me asking you. I mean, how old were you there then when you actually started this? Were you actually studying at the time, or were you actually completed your studies by then, or how?
How old I was that time?
Yeah.
Oh,
were you studying at the time?
You're asking
no,
my
it's
age.
common. It's common. It's common. No, I mean,
I cannot say I was sweet 16 that time. So
no, I mean, no. What I'm trying to say is that were you actually studying at the time?
To a woman.
Oh, it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. It is a tricky one.
So I'm right now. I'm 42, right? So when I moved here, it's almost 12 years, right? So that time I was how much? Maths kare thoda sa. 30.
Oh my God.
And when I started, actually I started very young. If you talk about this fashion scene, I started from my college time, from my high school. I've been doing this from since I was 15, 16. If my friends are watching,
so it was basically so basically it was primarily it was first it started as education, then became the profession. So you actually studied in this market, yeah?
Actually, no. I never studied the fashion designing. I did my medical, as usual. Our desi culture, the girls are only doctors or engineers. The fashion is. I am talking about those times because now this is a big change when I see parents are encouraging their kids to be fashion designers and study the fashion. Those were the times when this thing was not that much advanced, especially in Pakistan and India. And people are, you get it? So those, I remember when I told my father when I was in my high school that I want to be an architect. He said, oh, you will stand with the men and you will work. So I was like, oh, okay. So you can only be a doctor or an engineer. So today he's proud of me anyways, whatever I'm doing. So the time changes.
Well, that's good to know. The time changed with the time. Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. But I mean, now when it comes down to fashion, now I mean, like you mentioned, fashion changes, right? It's a weekly thing. Fashion change hota rehta hai. There's always a change. The new thing comes out. Trend change ho jata hai. I mean, tell us a bit about your fashion brand. I mean, what kind of market do you target? Are you targeting a certain age group with your fashion? I mean, tell us a bit about that as well.
Okay, so usually my brand, the Pehnava, basically we are quite versatile in the fashion. I'm not only towards the desi side, we are Indo-Western mix because I'm living in
Right.
Singapore, and here
Hmm.
I'm, I have any like all sort of customers here, like internationally, the market is international here. And secondly, the clientele, what I deal, of course, we have a lot of Indians and Pakistanis and locals and Chinese and,
Yeah.
Malaysians. Now online and those things are so, e-commerce, and this one is going so fast,
Hmm.
online business. So
Yeah. Yeah.
UK and, US, Canada, everywhere. So clientele is quite versatile, quite open. Age
Wow.
groups are it's from 17, 18, the girls, and then they started, from 17, 18, and then it goes on till they get old. So
Yeah.
yeah, these sort of clothing thing, because we customize. We don't have any shop where we are selling anything. So basically, we design, we customize the things according to you,
Yeah.
and yeah. So for that, there's no age groups and everything. We just go with the
Right.
client.
Right. Right. Understood. Understood. So it's all customized. It's made to order what the client wants.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's made
Yeah.
to, yeah, usually.
Well,
So
fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic. So, I mean, mentioning one of your exclusive events where you've been, I mean, Paris Fashion Week
Yeah,
2018. Tell us a bit about
2018.
that. I mean, that experience, was that your first ever, like, would say, like the first ever fashion show you was part of, or were you doing fashion, you were part of any fashion shows before that?
Yes, actually, 2016, I
Hmm.
did the first fashion show. It was here in Singapore. One of
Hmm.
my very dear friend, she was in Singapore that time, but she's from Delhi.
Hmm.
So she was doing, and she introduced me, and let's go and do it. It was a Fawad Khan. It was my first breakfast was with the Fawad Khan show.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it was very nice. And that time I did only for the jewelry ramp. I didn't did the clothing ramp that time. So from there, I remember she told me this thing, and she told me in Hindi that ये वो खून है जो लग जाए खून को फिर आदत पड़ जाती है. And I was like, I was looking at her. I said, how she can say that? She said, this is only your big name. And yeah, she was
Oh,
right. It's the fashion ramps, the fashion. Once we do the ramps, people know, a lot of designers know it's the addiction,
oh yes,
because the reaction you get immediately, on the ramp, you know exactly what your collection is about. Immediately you,
absolutely.
yeah. So it was 2016 I did that, and then 2017 we did again with the McCall Zulfikar. It was Fun and Fun Car by Event Company, a very dear friend of mine. Again, we were working together. So the fashion shows and everything I used to do with her, all from organizing them and being a designer and everything. Then, of course, people are watching. It was social media. Those days were very active. And
Yeah.
2018, when we did another show, it was again, a very big show. We did with few of the Indian designers. And there's a big name like Ali Zushan. He's from Pakistan, a very big
Wow.
name.
Wow.
So we did together, and that was the time when we did the shoot and everything. When I was preparing my ramp, and I got this model agency, and we were working together. So Paris Fashion Week people, their agency called Top Girl Agency. So they saw our shoots and our ramps, and then this is how they contacted. And after just 3 days of my fashion show, so they were in Singapore. So they wanted to do some shoots with their model, and they just give me 3 days with the 30 people of crew. And I was
Wow.
like, oh, I'm going to do it. And they said, no, this is a big break in the Paris Fashion Week. You have to do it. So anyways,
Yeah.
this is how it started. So yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned about the fashion. I mean, Fawad Khan, you mentioned. I mean, massive name when it comes down to the world of, film and cinema. I mean, how was your experience knowing him? Were you nervous at the time when you met him for the first time?
Okay, first of all, he's so handsome. Okay,
No doubt, no doubt. Very smart. No, I would say his dressing
trust me.
sense. Yeah, I
On
mean,
the
his dressing sense.
screen doesn't do the justice how handsome he is in real.
Yeah.
uh, the event, we have to get extra, security for him to save him from the women of
Wow.
Singapore.
Oh my
So it
God.
was, so it was very hard to know him at that time because we just did the work and just taking pictures and this, because this seriously we have done a lot of events with a lot of celebrities. I have seen so many celebrities here when we do, and but this Fawad Khan fame, and the I see the women, every age of women, even the like my nani dadi age women are like they want to touch him when he was going. Wow, it was
Wow.
amazing. And it
Whoa.
was a good experience, yeah. So we didn't have much time to, because we are working that time professionally, grams, work, do, we don't have that time to sit and talk, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so when you are in a professional line, you have to be, you cannot even smile, you cannot even tell somebody you're looking handsome because they're not.
Oh, wait, that's interesting because Fawad Khan in generally, I mean, his fashion sense is very trend-setting. I mean, his taste of fashion, his clothing, you know, is very,
Very,
I would say, very like sophisticated kind of look.
very sophisticated, and he is basically, because he's coming from the acting side, he doesn't do much of the modeling. He's basically an actor, and basically movies and dramas and this thing, before he was a singer, right? So anyway, so he's, yeah, very elegant, very simple suits and these things. So usually we don't want that time to wear our clothing and these, he's wearing the stoles and these things if we can wear. But because he was a bit picky about walking on anyone's ramp, because he only walks for his wife's ramp. His wife
Yeah.
designed the, right? She's a designer as
Wow.
well. I think work she's
Hmm.
doing. So yeah, so it was a good experience working. That was a big, your first rap and you're doing with him was a very big thing. Yeah.
Wow. Fawad Khan. I mean, he's done a few films in Bollywood as well, also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With Karan Johar and
Yeah.
with what was the movie? It was with Ranbir Kapoor and Aishwarya, right? Anushka Sharma was there in the
Yes, yes,
movie.
yes, 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 yes,
E Dile
yes.
Nada, I guess E Dile
Yeah,
Nada, something. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
E
Exactly,
Dile
exactly.
Mushkil. E Dile Nada. I'm saying E Dile Mushkil.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've noticed, Tanya, I mean, with the Pakistani actors and artists, they're very talented. Like you can tell from their acting, like natural acting, what comes out from them. I mean, I've noticed
Yeah,
that.
because I guess they are coming from the drama. In Pakistan now, our film industry is much better. They are getting better day by day. But
Absolutely.
before, the film industry was not much. But our drama industry now, if you see our serials and dramas, right, they are amazing. So they are coming from the drama side. So they are more of the actors. They're amazing actors. Like Mikhail Zulfikar, I work with, amazing actor. He's a model as well.
No.
And Sania Said, we worked with Sania Said. She was here for the play. If you heard the name of Sania Said, Adnan Siddiqui, we worked with all of them. Irfan Kurso, oh, amazing, brilliant actors. Like,
Wow.
wow. So when working with all of them, you learn a lot. There's a lot of
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
learning.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
all the people you've mentioned, Tanya, I mean, the best experience you've had with which actor you had the best experience working with?
with Mikhail Zulfikar and Sania Said, Adnan Siddiqui, amazing person, amazing, very, very down to earth people. And because we had time also, because a friend of mine who organized the shows and everything by the name of
Yeah.
Moments, as I am. So she was the one always bringing the shows and everything. So because I was working as a team as well, and there was a like 7 days event. So we start with the concert. It was a Shafqat Amanat Ali Khan Saab concert. We
Oh
worked for
wow.
them also. Yeah. So even he asked to design clothes for all the band crews. So I said, oh, I'm not in the men clothing, but I'm designing for you guys. And then we started from Shafqat Amanat Ali Sahab concert. Then we did the fashion show, which I just told you, Ali Zishan, Arti Bhala, there are more of the designers there. Then we did, in the same week, we did a lot of food festival. It was a Pakistani based food festival. And we did the painting exhibitions and everything. So we got a time to spend with the artist, right? Because the artists were here for 1 week. So usually they come for the Rams fashion show 1 day, 2 days here. We are working, no time, tired, working, no much time to spend with them. So, but when they come here for 7 days, so we have enough time to spend as well. So when Mikal was here, or when Adnan Siddiqui, he's also a big name. Sri Devi last movie, Mom, he was the husband.
Yes.
So, yeah. So he's a brilliant actor. Then Sania Said, if you know about her, oh, what an actress.
Yes, I read about her as well. I mean, the names you've mentioned, they're kind of the people where you see good acting coming from them. You know, there's many other talented people, but these people are the ones who you kind of, you actually watch their movies and it looks so natural, the way they're acting and the way they perform. It just looks very natural.
It's very natural. Even if you meet them personally, you think they are same. Like you don't see the difference on the screen, and you know, this is how natural they are.
Yeah, and I think the industry in Pakistan in generally, the film industry, they're very, I would say, they're not really over dramatic people compared to the scene Indian television serials or Bollywood film, the over dramatic kind of acting, you know. But I've noticed,
But we still don't have a Salman Khan in Pakistan. Remember that. So please, Salman Khan is still in Bollywood. So
I know we do have them. I know we have a Salman Khan in Bollywood, but far beyond that, we've got one in Singapore as well.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think we've got one. Yeah. In Singapore.
Okay. I was not going to that side and you're going there.
Oh my god, Right, so, right, question now. I've got a very interesting question now, right? Now, as you know, we all know who are watching us as well, that the coronavirus pandemic has been going on since last year, and a lot of businesses have been affected.
Yeah.
In terms of your business, Taniya, I mean, how and what ways has this pandemic affected yourselves? Like just in terms of like working, and how has the system changed of the way you worked before compared to how you're working now?
Okay, this is a very good question you asked, because this thing actually changed my life. Why? Before, I was a designer, designing clothes, jewelry, ramps, these things. Okay, during this time, we had a lot of time. A person like me who's workaholic, I can't sit home. I'm all the time working.
Yeah.
So it was very hard for me to sit home and, you know, doing nothing and, you know, e-commerce. And I was seeing everybody is doing e-commerce and social media marketing and these things. So with a few of my friends, we decided to start another company. And through that company, we introduced that we want to bring more of the virtual show. As a designer, I cannot sit home. And we decided that we will do the virtual show. Now the challenge was that we can't go out and how to get these virtual shows done. And I don't want to do what people were doing, because when I was seeing online and these things, it was very, as a fashion industry side, it was very, I don't find it very proper the way they are selling the jewelry and exhibitions. They just go and take from the phone. They are making videos and selling. It is not as much professional. It's more like the selling side. So that should be more professional. And the moment this COVID, because in Singapore we had a 3 months lockdown, the moment it opened, so we already planned and we immediately start this company, and we did a big. And in Singapore, it's the first virtual fashion show we did here.
Absolutely.
And there were limitation. We cannot increase more than 30 people from the production house and the desk. We had to take this permission from the government. and we did it. I engaged a lot of local designers. So what I did, I worked on this, that instead I cannot bring people from outside now. So I want to, use them on the ramp, and they use the ramps, and how to do the virtual show. So then we engage the local designers, jewelry designers, and we get the local talent. So this company, the one we started, another one, it's basically about branding and marketing of any sort of talent, because I saw the businesses were going down, and people have money, but they don't have ideas how to, sell the stuff with the style.
Yeah.
We did this virtual fashion show. It was one of a kind, and with Alhamdulillah, we did with this Formula One people. King's Rook was involved. Jewel House was involved. It's a big name. We are still partners with them. We are working. There's another company, Tahini Group. They are our marketing partners. They are doing all web designing and digital side. So we have great people. We work. Virtual fashion show was amazing. We really had a good time, good sales. We engaged a lot of models from Mr. World contestants. There at that time they were coming. We have top models we took in the show, and we got a lot of new talents. So the concept was to get the new talent, and we have the trained people. So the trained people going to, train the new models. So for me, so it was this COVID period. I guess we were more like, we are thinking more professionally. We are like my team, my partner, we are more like working on these things, how to engage people in the fashion industry, in the music industry, right? Because I'm working in the music industry working for music industry now.
Yes, absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. So this thing actually was important, because if I didn't have that time to sit at home, I never start this thing. I never thought of our virtual shows, right? So for me, the COVID worked in every.
It was a bit. Well, I would say, Tanya, I mean, that was a very innovative idea. The fact that people are in their houses, they're locked up, isolating, they don't know what to do, they can't go out. There's a limitation of how many hours you can go out, and there's nothing on TV entertaining them. And I think that virtual fashion show was a very innovative concept, which it kind of boosted up the content on social media. Firstly, I mean, even myself during lockdown last year, we all were just surfing the net, watching videos on social media, Facebook, and everything. I think I see that the digital side of things have grown vastly, compared to how it was before. I mean, and I think that fashion show was a very good idea.
Fashion shows, we engage actually. If you see the fashion show, we did even the music productions also, right? The DJ sessions, and the feel of the party was there, right? Nice songs, and we work with a very one of the top Singapore's music producer, right? And this is how we work, right? And his music was amazing, the Punjabi. That's how we start working on the Punjabi music as well. Raj Frank, brilliant music, right? So we did a lot actually. Then when we start, you have to sit with the people who think like you, who are crazy like you, right? Who are not scared to do anything, right? So my friends and my team is mostly like this. So, then you can create much better. You can create much more.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you mentioned one very interesting person. I mean, I would say he's one of not just one of the top. I think he's the only person in Singapore who's actually brought Singapore in the Punjabi music side of things, which is Raj Frantic. I mean, certainly. I mean, he's actually brought Singapore in the industry, and with a different sound as well.
Yeah. He's amazing. It's not only the music. He's very good in. This is what I find out. He's very good in all the social media. The marketing. And,
the marketing.
He's very good. He's very quick on everything. So he's brilliant. His music, the one he's making, is wow, very nice. And we have a lot of projects coming up. Inshallah, soon.
Fantastic.
We have a line of projects. So we are working on the music as well. Yeah. So let's see. Crossing our fingers. let's see.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Lovely. I mean, you mentioned about music, Tanya. I mean, like from fashion, you're into the music side of things now, entertainment side of things. Um, what kind of music do you listen to?
Every side. Like
Hmm.
every side, I'm saying every sort of music. I goes with the mood. like my friends very clearly sometimes
Yeah.
they call me Dukhi Atma. When
Right.
I'm
Okay.
Dukhi
Dukhi
Atma,
Atma. I
my
mean,
jazz music is on, right? Then they change. Punjabi music is always lively, right? You feel like
yeah.
ab dance shuru kar do, bhangra hi shuru karte hain, right? So you just
Yeah.
stand up and start dancing. You can't stop. Then the Bollywood music, oh, I love it, right? Even my son, he's a very good rapper. You know, at the back, he's telling me, please take my name.
All
He's speaking English. He's
right.
telling me, please take my name also. So, so he's a more of the rapper and these things. So I'm surrounded by a lot of musicians, producers, and musicians. So if I have no choice, so mostly I need to listen to their music first, and I'm
Yeah.
more of the Bollywood music sort of a person. Yeah.
Right. So Bollywood music coming into like Bollywood. I mean, you remember, I think there was a lot of few artists from Pakistan what were very famous in the pop music side of things. They were like Junoon and Haider Ali, Ali Haider,
Ali
all of
Haider,
that.
we
Yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we have lot. I listen to the classical Rahat Fateh Ali Saab. Oh, what a music! I'm a big fan of Rahat Fateh Ali,
Wow.
and there are a lot of other. Actually, now when I start my this company, concept, so we are engaging a lot of talent, whether they are celebrities or the newcomers. So we
Yeah.
are getting a lot of the brilliant singers even from Pakistan. I never knew they make a lot of OSTs for the dramas. Usually in Pakistan, if the OST, the music of the drama serial is good, that means the drama
Yeah.
is a hit, right?
Yeah.
Even in the movies, same thing goes, right? If the
Absolutely.
music first, they always release the music. So if the music is in, definitely people go and watch the movie, right?
Mm.
So the music is very, very important. If you see, even on the fashion ramps, if your music is not good on the ramps, the music and the theme, and you go with the music, what is the theme, what designer wants, so everything. Without music, you cannot do all this entertainment industry. And music is a very, very important, plays very important role.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you can't imagine a fashion ramp where models are walking on the fashion ramp and there's some sad song playing in the background, maybe. या
Yeah,
कोई डिप्रेशन वाला गीत हो या जैसे तुम तो ठहर परदेसी
yeah,
है
yeah.
साथ क्या निभाओगे ऐसा कोई गीत अगर in the
रहने की
background and
लाग
people
लेके वो
हाँ
निकल
हाँ
रहे
exactly
तुम
हाँ
ready हो गए।
exactly exactly और मॉडल अगर रैंप में वो when she's gonna walk down the ramp and suddenly
Yeah,
कोई बड़ा दुखी सा इमोशनल सा गीत लगा हो कैसे कोई बेवफा ये हो गया वो हो गया तो
exactly,
बंदे का
exactly.
ऑटोमेटिक का मूड ही खराब हो गया फिर
Exactly, आपको वो मजा when we do basically जब हम लोग करते हैं fashion runs भी, so what we do basically we go with the proper flow. So when I'm not only the designer, so I am a proper from I'm a everybody call me is a one man show. So what I do, I organize shows also.
जैसे कैसे कह लो क्रिएटिव डायरेक्टर
Yeah, I need to organize everything. I need to choreograph everything. So when we going through the music always, so I always start with the catchy one in the beginning. Then we go the momentum. We bring a bit low in the middle, and the last one will be the party one.
Build
Just
up.
go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fast music. So usually my ramp is always in the fashion show is the last one because mine one is more like fast tracks and these things. So yes, you are right. This is how we play with the audience, right? Sometimes audience say during the fashion show we go like sleepy slow songs go, then immediately the music comes, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
next
yeah.
round the music is high, so they are like wow. So this is how you have to do with the when we plan our ramps. So we do that. We play with the music
Fantastic.
properly. Yeah. What?
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, I was reading through your press release and everything, and you mentioned on there that you worked with the internationally recognized top models from Mr. World 2020 contest. अब मुझे ये बताएं Mr. World तो Mr. है, but you're a designer for female fashion. क्या उनके ऊपर कोई घाघरा चोली पहना दी थी उनको या
ये बहुत
what was
अच्छी
going
बात
on there?
है। नहीं जी घाघरा चोली नहीं. I this time actually because we were doing I don't design for the men, but we have the designers always who I have my a few of the friends who are designing their jackets and everything. So what we did with them, because jewelry ramp था तो हमने उन्हें jewelry के ऊपर हम लेके चले जाते हैं, right? Shirtless because they are coming from the Mr. World, proper body shody बनाई हुई है, एक्शेप नहीं, हमने कहा चलो इन्हें use करते हैं, body दिखाते हैं इनकी. So what we did, we just enhanced the, you know, their body and everything. And because I'm coming from the fashion side, I need to do the makeups also. We have a very amazing makeup team, but वो sometimes you know, to control the guys and their bodies and this, they are not they don't have time to do that time because we have a lot of work going on. So that thing I need to do everything all to, you know, make them ready. So for the guys, actually, it was a very big thing because a few of our designers, they needed always on the fashion ramps, we cannot bring only the female models, right? A lot of designers, they need even the male models as well. So for the male models, they want to do the, you know, chains, the gold chains and the jewelry. If you see the show, you see how we use them, right? They are coming with. So what we did with the, you know, the drape, the shawls and the cholas and these things we use for them, the jackets and everything, and they're looking amazing, right? So this is how we did. So basically the fashion concept is not typical, aapne wahi kapde banaye hain, you know, kurtas and these things. This is, you know, you can use any sort of things. Nowadays, when I see some of the models, they are wearing the lehenga choli, man. And they are coming on the ramps if you see the shoot.
देखिए एक चीज मुझे बताए तानिया, मीन एक बहुत बड़ी कंप्लेंट है, अब मिस्टर वर्ल्ड 2020 कॉन्टेस्ट में आपने फैशन डिजाइनिंग की है, but why do we see rush frantic on the fashion ramp? I mean, tell us, I mean, वो भी बॉडी बिल्डर है यार, क्या करके आ रहे हैं आप?
ये आप उनसे पूछे, उन्हें ऑफर किया गया था. So he said no, what I'm doing, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
नहीं, इतने बड़े डॉलेश वाले
बनाएंगे, नेक्स्ट रैंप पे चलाएंगे उन्हें.
चलो, नहीं होना चाहिए, एक बार उनकी स्पेशल अपीयरेंस होना चाहिए स्टेज पे, you know.
बिल्कुल करेंगे उनकी नेक्स्ट. आप उन्होंने सुन लिया होगा, he must be watching. See, this is for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Next rant, there were a lot of, you know, there are a lot of people I was asking, why don't you walk? Why don't you walk? No, we don't want to. We want to stay behind the camera. So even a person like me, if somebody offer me, I always say, no, I'm a behind the camera person. I will just come at the models and team. Because we are the one, we are the organizers, right? So हमने उन्हों को मौका देना है जी, हम आगे फिर रोज कैसे चलेंगे, इसलिए हम अपने जो छोड़े होते हैं.
वैसे आप दूसरों की फैशन डिजाइनिंग करते हैं. How fashionable is Taniya herself? I mean, how fashionable are you?
I'm so fashionable. Whoever is watching, they all must be laughing now. They know me. My son even laughed at the back. Oh, I sleep in my. I love to do makeup, and you know, I love to dress up, and you know, I'm like this because why? A lot of designers, when I meet very big names, I don't want to quote few because they are very big designers. When I work with them, so very simple, no makeup, nothing, and when they're going on the ramp, so I just look at them. Very simple, but they do amazing work. Their work is just so amazing. But my way is different. I believe, you know, when I walk, I am carrying my brand with me wherever I go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when people see me, trust me, most of the clientele and people, a lot of things, they are not buying from the shows and the exhibitions and this. And the moment I wear and I walk somewhere and they just, when I come home, I'm not wearing everything, like, well, things gone. Oh, we like this. This is looking very nice. So this is very important to, you know, you have to be very dressed up person. If whatever profession you are, that profession can show in your personality. This is very, very important for me. Because when you are out, people are seeing you by, you know, the same name, same, and oh, this is the person. So this one you carry with yourself. So I take it very seriously. And before even I was not like this, I'm always a very dressy person. So I just love to do that. So this is
well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I mean, जैसे आपने mention किया about even about models and everything, right? I want you to explain me that what is with these models that they're always taking selfies. अपने होठों को और ही तरह भी ऐसे एकदम वाइट सा बनाकर सेल्फी खींचते हैं. कैन यू एक्सप्लेन मी व्हाट इज दिस? कोई साइकोपैथ का कोई मेंटल कोई ट्रॉमा है, ये कोई प्रॉब्लम है, ये कोई व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन विद दिस
आजकल
मॉडल्स?
तो इंजेक्शन लगा के खून बड़े करा रहे हैं, आप किस
नहीं
दुनिया
पर
में पड़े हैं?
सेल्फी, देखिए नहीं देखिए, और सेल्फी बंदा कुछ अब खींचता है तो सेल्फी नॉर्मल तरीके से के साथ भी खींच सकता है. व्हाई डू यू हैव टू स्क्रू योर लिप्स अप?
My son
इसका
said
मुझे
very
क्या?
good question. He's saying very good question.
ओ भाई देखो
All
फैशन
boys are
डिजाइन,
saying
देखो
this and all boys must be laughing, but I give you the answer, right?
देखो
From the girl
फैशनल
side and
फैशन
lady side.
डिजाइनर, अब फैशन डिजाइनर मेरे हाथ में आया है, सो आई नीड टू आस्क यू ऑल द डिटेल्ड क्वेश्चंस विद ऑल
I
दीस.
will answer this question to you.
हाँ.
Very simple answer.
हम्म.
First of all, I tell you, it's not important. Models are very particular. Mostly the models and people, they are very particular about their looks. They don't do it. All models I'm working with, I never saw this sort of pictures for the very nice, because I work with all the top models. I never saw such pictures. But yes, through social media, a lot of people who are not models or actors, but they think they are models or actors by taking such selfies and making this. They are thinking that if they do it, most probably when they post such pictures and they do it, they want more the men followers, right? It's all
Absolutely.
about the follow. There is no point if the guys are coming shirtless and showing the abs and this are open, and you are not the celebrity, right? And you are doing it. Of course, you are engaging a lot of the girls come
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
look at the
yeah,
page. So I guess that is somewhere in the back of their mind. There is no other thing, like it's more like a seducing pictures, I must say. But the people I'm working with, all the models and professional, I never saw such pictures like professionally they are working. They are very actually particular about their pictures. All my
yeah.
models, they are very particular. Even if they are, the makeup is not okay or something, they are not going to put those pictures there. But yes, now especially the young lot, especially. So because social media, I guess everybody have a phone in the hand, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
everyone
absolutely.
thinks that I am a model, I'm an actor, I can do anything, So there are good side of there's a good side of the social media. There's a bad side of the social media, right? So I guess this is go that way. But people I know who are professional and who are working, I don't think so. If you see their,
Yeah.
they don't put. They're very particular about that.
Well,
So
एक
I hope so.
चीज
I came.
well, एक चीज I've noticed that the women seem to be using the filters too much.
वो तो जरूरी है ना. That is जरूरी. That is जरूरी. Why not? Why not?
अगर
You know what?
अगर इंस्टाग्राम स्नैपचैट पे फिल्टर्स ना होते तो लड़कियां क्या करती?
फिर आप मेकअप प्लस भी है. There is there's another apps also. No, this is a good question again. होता ये है कि क्यों यूज करते हैं फिल्टर्स. आप पहले ये सोचो उन्होंने फिल्टर्स बनाए क्यों हैं. थिंक अबाउट इट. जिन्होंने बनाए हैं उनका प्रॉब्लम. अगर फिल्टर्स ना
उनका
होते
प्रॉब्लम
तो
है. हाँ.
ये उनका प्रॉब्लम है जिन्होंने बनाया है. So they should, they should not make this. अब बना लिया तो यूज करेंगे. अब व्हाट्सएप ना होता तो पहले भी तो काम चल रहा था, राइट? So WhatsApp आया, so you use it. So
वो बात तो सही है आपकी, मैं मान गया, पर चक्कर ये है ना कि अगर इंस्टाग्राम में किसी ने फिल्टर लगा के तस्वीरें खींची हैं और असल में आप मिलेंगे, वो तो शौक हैरान हो जाएगा. ये क्या हो गया कि ये तो कोई और शख्स है.
वीडियो कॉल करके चेक कर लिया करें पहले. You call video call and
सही है, सही है. तो जितने भी लड़के इस वक्त, हाँ बिल्कुल, जो भी लड़के लोग या देख रहे हैं ना, प्लीज पहले आप वीडियो कॉल करके मेक श्योर कर लें
और व्हाट्सएप पे करें एंड डू द
तो उसका भी
व्हाट्सएप कॉल.
देखिए जी तानिया जी, उसका क्या फायदा, क्योंकि वीडियो पे भी फिल्टर लगता है आजकल.
ये व्हाट्सएप पे नहीं लगता, इज इट? व्हाट्सएप पर पे तो
नहीं,
फेसबुक पर पे है, व्हाट्सएप पे नहीं है. देयर इज नो फिल्टर फॉर व्हाट्सएप.
हाँ, फिर तो व्हाट्सएप पे ठीक है. हाँ, व्हाट्सएप चलेगा.
इंस्टा पे देखिए होता ये. ओके, लेट्स गो बैक अ बिट बैक. इफ आई रिमेम्बर back in early like 1991, 92, even that time, if you remember, those were the days of शादियां और वो होती थी और शादियों की पिक्चर्स आती थी. everybody is looking forward for the शादी की पिक्चर.
Yeah, absolutely.
अच्छा, शादी की पिक्चर में सारी एडिटिंग होती थी.
हाँ
on
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
editing. That time we because the social media and these things were not there, so nobody knew that time those were the time when these all things were happening. But उसको photographers लेते थे और वो edit करते थे और वो आपको देते थे, हम कहते थे वाह कितनी अच्छी pictures आई हैं यार, photographer बहुत अच्छा था. अब
हाँ
आप देखिए basically photographer नहीं अच्छा था, वो सारी this was all editing, right? So even it was happening that time also.
बिल्कुल
अब ये है कि आप because it's everything, the technology is so fast, it's on in the phones and everything. I guess you should use it. But yes, you're right. It's not only the filters; it's also the makeup. I've seen a lot of women do a lot of this sort of makeup, and when they take off the makeup, आप say यार वो पहले वाली कौन थी? ये वही है, ये कौन है?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल हाँ सही
Yeah. So something is like this. There are the good points, there are the bad points. So
absolutely absolutely बिल्कुल so अगर mention करें in terms of your future projects क्योंकि slowly अगर you know बेशक इंडिया पाकिस्तान में अब लॉकडाउन है इस वक्त कर्फ्यू लगे हैं in terms of business wise I mean future में क्या plans है I mean are you going to be doing any you know virtual fashion shows again क्या next plan क्या है तानिया का
okay, so next plan is we have till 2022. Alhamdulillah, we aligned all the projects. We are Alhamdulillah. A lot of people when they meet me and they say, "Oh, we don't have work," and you say, "Oh, I'm so busy, so much work." I said, "Yeah, there's so much work." Because they said it's a good thing even this time you have so much work, because when you engage talents from everywhere, from singing to music, from modeling to fashion industry and everywhere, right? Even for the social media marketing and these things, and then there's so much, because everybody wants to be busy this time, right? So but people are scared of, they have money but they don't have the ideas in these things. So then anyways we aligned all our projects,
yeah
which we are already a bit late for some of the productions, which hopefully we'll do it, start doing from June. So by inshallah 2022 we are alhamdulillah filled up with a lot of our dates are already and everything is done, and
fantastic
we're working, we are bringing a lot in the fashion. Of course I need to bring more of the virtual shows. I'm looking more for the local talent. We are working more on the local
fantastic
talent. Because why? Because right now, again, across the border, we cannot bring the people right now. So whatever is
yeah
available here, and they're amazing talent. So we are working with them. So a lot of music related projects we have, which we want to
fantastic
do, which sare models or go and product, everything is just aligned. It's only we have to start, we are working on the sponsors, investors, a lot of work is going on. So fashion related, a lot you are going to see in the near future. So just crossing
fantastic
the, yeah.
एक चीज मैं आई वांट टू मेंशन क्योंकि बड़ी खुशी है इस बात की मुझे कि that you're very determined to work with local talented people क्योंकि अक्सर क्या होता है कि जब आप कोई बड़े इंटरनेशनल एक्टर के साथ काम करते हैं मॉडल के साथ काम करते हैं you always get tied into that kind of criteria of people you know so बंदे का फिर जो जरिया is just stuck with famous people but they don't really bother with the new upcoming talent. So I'm very glad to see that you're actually determined to work with your local country's talent. You know, that's great to see that.
You know, this thing back in October, when in September 2020, when I met with Mr. Walter V. It's chairman of King's Group Formula One. He told me the same thing when I bring my proposal to him, and he told me the same thing. And he said, "I'm very impressed that you want to bring the local talent more." And I'm not the Singaporean, right? I'm only the resident here. But he said that even you are not the Singaporean, but you want to engage the local talent. So my answer to him is
Absolutely.
that time and even now is this: why local talent? Okay, when I was new here, nobody helped me. Whatever I am now is
Yeah.
totally a self-made person. I work really hard to come here, right?
Wow.
So work hard in a way. Even trust me, I believe even you come from a fashion school, even you have anything, even you have money or whatever, trust me, it's not important. At the end of the day, you're a successful business person, even if you have talent, till you don't have a proper platform, right? This is the thing which I suffered when I started. Nobody helped me that time.
Yeah.
I struggle. For me, it's very close to my heart when I see the talent, when I see beautiful girls, nice models, nice actors, singers, dancers. Who will give them chance?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have worked. I'm still working with the celebrities. I have made up my name. People want to work with me. Why not? This is a good thing. If 50% you are working with a celebrity, 50% we want to engage the local people, and people who doesn't have the platform, we are there to give them the platform.
Wow.
So this is very, very important. I feel really sad when I see a talent. They have the talent and everything, but they don't know how to do it. So who will help them? So
Exactly.
this thing, because it's very close to my heart. So especially the locals now in this COVID time, I cannot bring from outside. I can do everything on the social media and these things, but still I want, if we want to record the music or everything, how we'll get that person? So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we start picking up from here. Even we have planned, we have a proper training sessions for them. So whether you're a model, whether you're a singer, whether you're an actor, whether you're a fashion designer, photographer, makeup artist, whatever, please contact us. We have special classes. We have people, they are going to, proper train you. Then we will give you a platform for our own shows, own work. Please come, club with us, work for us. Later on,
Wow.
whatever work you are getting, you go and make money. We are giving you the platform. So this is what we do. After
Fantastic.
so many years, yeah. This is what I came to this point that somebody need to step forward and help the talent. That is very important.
Fabulous. क्या बात है.
जी
वैसे तानिया जी एक मुझे बात बताएं आप.
जी
All this confidence, this dedication, this passion towards your work. Going back to your family, how much support have they given you in terms of pushing you in this kind of profession? ये मुझे बताएं आप, क्योंकि देखो मैं बड़ा हैरान हूँ from the start of this conversation to now. I see that dedication, that interest, that passion in your work. Tell
Okay,
us a bit
from my
about your
family side.
support.
Okay,
Yeah,
from my
yeah, yeah.
family side. Sorry. You finish first, then I answer.
Yeah, बताइए बताइए. मैंने पूछ लिया, अब आपने मुझे बताना है.
अच्छा अच्छा okay.
हाँ.
So, okay, from my family side, yes, from my parents side, I always have a support. I'm coming from a family army background. My father is a retired colonel
Oh
in
wow.
Pakistan. He was from Pakistan Army. He was a pilot, and my brought up was it's a conservative Punjabi family. My mother is a Pathan. My father is a Punjabi, so I'm a mixture. So, but coming from that side, I had a conservative modern house where they don't mind that girls are working and everything and these things. They are proud of me, whatever I'm doing. But as far as support, because for a long time back, I move here, whatever I'm doing my own. So, okay, that sort of support I never had from any one side, because at the end of the day, if you are passionate about anything, fashion industry, and this was my passion since I was 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
So, it was my passion. And when there's a passion, I don't think so that anybody can stop you. It's okay if somebody is not supporting you. I'm blessed with a very good co-workers, my partners, my people I'm working with. I can't work with people who are not passionate about their work. I'm very picky when I'm working with people. It's okay if you are not a celebrity. It's okay if you have not done a big things. But if you are a workaholic, if you are a perfectionist, and if you are passionate about what you're doing, please come and join me. So this is how, when you hang around with such people more, you become more passionate. You become more, you get a
Absolutely.
kick,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
from family side, I will not say, I'm not complaining or anything, but no such support. I'm totally a self-made, totally my own sort. But yeah, this confidence, it's come from my father. My father always say the girls need this confidence. Thanks to my father. I'm very thankful to him. I'm thankful. This is my father who's talking. not me.
Wow,
So yeah.
oh, fantastic. That's good to know because look, the whole point of this Instagram Live was to basically showcase your journey so far. I mean, like you mentioned that you're self-made person at the moment in your profession line, and it's great to see women like yourself who actually come into the business, entrepreneurs. It's just great to see that, and I think we've got a couple of women watching us as well who I think you're kind of inspiring person. Inspiring.
Is it? Thank you so much. That's a
Yeah.
compliment. If I inspire other women, I'll be happy. But it's not easy. Just keep going, keep doing. Yeah, it's good to inspire people. If I'm
Fantastic.
inspiration to
Fantastic.
anyone, it's great. Yeah, it's a great thing.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Taniya, for your time. बड़े शुक्रगुजार हैं आपने अपना कीमती समय निकाला आज क्योंकि आई वाज वेरी एक्साइटेड जब मुझे फ्रैंटिक साहब हमारे बड़े बड़े ही महान राष्ट्र फ्रैंटिक जिनको हम प्यार प्यार से उस्ताद जी भी कहते हैं क्योंकि आपस में कभी कभी हम शुगल मजाक करते रहते हैं व्हाट्सएप पे तो बड़े शुक्रगुजार हैं ऑफ हिज एज वेल because of him I got to know you and
Yeah,
hoping the very best for your future projects.
yeah.
उम्मीद करते हैं कि कभी आप इंग्लैंड में भी आए यूके
Geez, I actually I bring back in 2000, 2002, 2003. I did the exhibitions in London as well that time.
Oh wow, अच्छा.
Because I have two brothers, both are living in London, so they are settled there. They are now England वाले हैं वो. So
Ah,
I used to visit them. Yeah,
इंग्लैंड
so
वाले.
2002, 2003, I did exhibitions in London. I did a
Wow.
lot in London, but yeah. So in future, definitely the UK market is big.
Oh yes,
Market is
absolutely is big. For the fashion side of things is big. It's massive. It's massive. And it would be
more
great to see
happening.
some.
It's more happening.
Oh yes.
Dubai,
Oh yeah.
London, it's more happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the fashion and music and everything. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, I'm very thankful for your time, and those who have been watching us, thank you to them as well. शुरू से
Yeah.
लेकर
Thank you
अब
so
तक
much.
हम
Whoever
देख
is
रहे हैं.
watching.
I mean, we had people from Punjab, India. We had people from Pakistan watching us.
Yeah.
We've had Singaporeans. We've had UK people watching as well. So there's a variety of viewers we've had today. So
Yeah.
आप बन गए सुपरस्टार बस सुपरस्टार बन गए आज.
Acha.
हाँ.
Okay. That is a
So
good one.
yeah, so बाकी बस yeah, so God bless, hoping the very best और hopefully एक दिन आप भी मेरे लिए कुछ कपड़े वपड़े कोई डिजाइन करके देना
जी
मुझे
बिल्कुल.
यार
नेक्स्ट टाइम आप अपने इंटरव्यूज का मुझे बता दिया करें, आपके कपड़े डिजाइन कर लिया करेंगे.
That's it. हाँ, वेलवेट ब्लेजर हो, अच्छी कोई कलाकारी की हो, you know.
No, you
हम
can
भी कोई
wear a nice scarf, you know,
भाई
the way you can
देख
wear nice scarves in the neck, you know, the stones.
एग्जैक्टली
Right.
अब देखिए ना अगर आपको शौक है सेल्फीज खींचने का कि हम नहीं सेल्फी खींच सकते.
जी बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. बिल्कुल आपको बिल्कुल राइट है. बिल्कुल ले सेल्फी, सब ले. अच्छी बात होती है सेल्फी. बस लेते कैसे हैं फिर तो चलता है.
नहीं वैसे आपने सेल्फी स्टिक रखी है आपने या सिर्फ अपने हाथ से ही आप.
बिल्कुल है मेरे पास जी. I have a selfie stick and I'm pro in selfies. I'm pro in selfies. Yeah.
वाह क्या बात है. So selfie stick, I suggest everyone keep a selfie stick. It's good for your journeys. जहाँ भी जाएं, take a selfie or wherever, anywhere you go. It's a very ideal tool to keep in your bag or in your pocket. You know, काफी चीजों के लिए काम आता है वो.
The selfie concept was very new that time. It was 2016 Fawad Khan show when we did. So when I came on the ramp, if you see the picture, so we took the selfie on the stage. So the director told me when I was going up, so he said, you have to take selfie with the models because they know I'm the most craziest designer and I can do anything. So when I said, oh my God, don't do already. People talk about my selfies, so don't put this label on me. He said, no, you have to do it. And when I go on the ramp with my models at the end, when the designer go, so we need to take selfie. And everybody shout, start, oh my God, selfie on the stage. So So the label पक्का हो गया सेल्फी क्वीन का मेरे ऊपर। So मैंने कहा
नहीं,
my
सही
God,
बात है, सही बात है। देखो सेल्फी क्वीन जो नाम है ना, बड़ा एक वर्सिटाइल सा, एक बड़ा एक अलग किस्म का नाम है। एंड वो सूट भी करता है आपको वैसे, क्योंकि
मतलब
आपने
बुरा
जो
क्यों माना
पोस्टर पे।
जाता है? Why people say selfie? Why people find out that selfies are bad? I don't understand. You know, if
असल में
there's
आपको
nobody
मैं
around,
बताता हूँ, I'll explain you what the story is। जैसे
yeah,
फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको बताता हूँ। आपको आपको मैंने बोला था कि आप मुझे अपनी एक अच्छी सी तस्वीर खींचे और सेंड मी टू पोस्ट ऑन द पोस्टर, और आपने क्या किया? यू सेंड मी अ सेल्फी। और
so
सेल्फी में
all
इतना
are the
नहीं,
selfies.
बस सेल्फी।
All are okay. इतनी अच्छी पिक्चर है, आप छोड़ें, सेल्फी है जो भी है। This is a good picture.
ग्राफिक, देखिए जी, ग्राफिक डिजाइनर के लिए उसको एडिट करना बड़ा मुश्किल काम है, क्योंकि आधा तो सर अपना कटा है पीछे ऊपर से।
मुझे अपना डीएसएलआर यूज करना चाहिए था। You're right.
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली, क्योंकि आपका सर थोड़ा सा कटा था ऊपर से, तो मैं सोचा था कि यार इनके सर की शेप कैसी होगी, मैं कैसे करूं उसको मॉडिफाई, मैं क्या
अभी
करूं।
भी कटा हुआ
तो
वीडियो
आई
में
हैव नो
देखिए,
चॉइस।
अभी भी वीडियो में कट रहा है।
वो नहीं, थोड़ा दिख रहा है वैसे, दिख रहा है। हाँ हाँ, अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है। सो कहने का
अब
मतलब
सही
ये है कि इट्स वेरी लिमिटेड वी कैन डू विद सेल्फी। अब
है।
मुझे
आई
आपको एक
अंडरस्टैंड।
एग्जांपल देता हूँ। मेरे पास एक आर्टिस्ट ने मुझे काम दिया था कि उनका एल्बम कवर डिजाइन करना है।
ओके
तो मैंने उनको बोला बोला तो कि भाजी आप मुझे ईमेल कर दें फोटोज, ये मेरा ईमेल एड्रेस है, और मुझे हाई रेजोल्यूशन इमेजेस चाहिए। उस
ओके
बंदे ने क्या किया, मुझे उसने तस्वीरें व्हाट्सएप पे भेज दी। और ऑब्वियसली व्हाट्सएप फोटो को कंप्रेस करता है फाइल को, तो उसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं आती प्रिंटिंग में। फिर वही बात हुई, उसने सेल्फी खींच के भेजी उसने। कहीं वो ट्रेन में
इजी
सफर कर
काम,
रहा था।
लाइफ इजी।
हाँ हाँ, वो कहीं ट्रेन में सफर कर रहा था वो। उसने बड़ी एक चीजी सी स्माइल देख के उसने मुझे तस्वीर भेज दी। मैंने
ओके,
सोचा यार तू ये तस्वीर लगाएगा एल्बम कवर पे।
ओह माय गॉड,
हैं?
रियली?
तो
ओके,
ये काम भी होते हैं, सो इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि भाई अच्छे तरीके के साथ तस्वीर खींचें, कि ना कि सेल्फी एंड ज्यादा फिल्टर भी ना यूज करें जो बंदा नकली लगे।
ये भी सही,
हाँ
या ट्रू 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 ट्रू।
हाँ हाँ
फिल्टर बहुत
हाँ
ज्यादा यूज कर लें, नॉट, या आई अंडरस्टैंड, टोटली अंडरस्टैंड।
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। सो एनी हाउ, ये कहानी थी सेल्फी की।
ओके, नाउ आई गेट इट। That's a deep meaning. Oh, now I get
हाँ
it. But anyways, whoever is watching, everybody knows selfies, तो जहाँ मैं हूँ वहाँ सेल्फी होनी जरूरी होती है। सेल्फी के बगैर
बिल्कुल
काम नहीं चलता।
बिल्कुल। देखो जी, सेल्फी के बगैर काम नहीं चलता, और सेल्फी बड़ी जरूरी है हर काम
इट्स
में।
वेरी गुड।
चाहे आप कुकिंग भी कर रहे हो, मेकअप लगा रहे हो, या चाहे आप ब्लूम के साथ शूटिंग कर रहे हैं, सेल्फी जरूरी है।
सेल्फी जरूरी है,
हाँ
सेल्फी
exactly,
इम्पोर्टेंट।
हाँ
So it's like
चल
this, yeah.
बिल्कुल। सो गॉड ब्लेस तानिया, एंड इट वाज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कन्वर्सेशन।
Same here.
तो उम्मीद करते हैं कि आने वाले समय में जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट आप करेंगे, दे ऑल बिकम सक्सेसफुल,
Successful,
मकबूलियत मिले आपको। और
inshallah.
स्पेशल थैंक्स टू रश फ्रंटिक एज वेल। पता नहीं वो
Thank you
हमें
so
देख रहे
much.
हैं, पर जरूर
Mhm.
कॉफी का कप लेकर बैठे होंगे इस वक्त, क्योंकि उनको कॉफी पीने का बड़ा शौक है।
Is it?
हाँ,
अच्छा, मुझे
कॉफी
नहीं
के
लग
बड़े,
गया। Is it?
वो तो देखो जी, कॉफी के वो बड़े ब्रांड एम्बेसडर है कॉफी के। मैं क्या सोच
Is
रहा हूँ कि
it?
कॉफी का।
चलिए नेक्स्ट हम लोग इनका लिए शूट रखते हैं ना कॉफी का, बट वो कॉफी शॉप पे करना पड़ेगा किसी। I had no
हाँ,
clue. He drinks coffee much. Okay.
देखिए कॉफी के बगैर उनका गुजारा नहीं होता, ये मैं बता सकता हूँ मैं।
नेक्स्ट शूट हम उनका कॉफी से रिलेटेड उसके जो करना है हमने वीडियो ना, उसपे वी यूज द
हाँ,
कॉफी। I try
और
to get
वैसे
some
भी
sponsors for the coffee.
देखिए जी, आपको बॉलीवुड का क्या देखना है? सलमान खान तो सिंगापुर में बैठा है।
जी।
तो
वो उसके लिए भी एक प्लान है, वी आई शेयर विद हिम।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल,
या
अच्छा प्लान है।
या
अच्छा प्लान है। हाँ।
सी, आप मुझे सिर्फ
पता है।
आइडिया दे दिया करें, आगे बिजनेस प्लान मैं खुद बता दूंगी।
देखो जी, क्रिएटिव, देखो ग्रुप हमारा बड़ा क्रिएटिव है। आप फैशन डिजाइनर है, मैं ग्राफिक डिजाइनर हूँ, वो म्यूजिक प्रोड्यूसर है। टीम बन गई ना, और क्या
बिल्कुल
चाहिए?
मान जी। अब तो हो गया
आपने
चक
आप
के पट्टे हैं, चकते
और क्या?
पट्टे क्या कहते
चक दे फटे, हाँ चक दे फटे, सिंपल। हाँ
हैं?
बिल्कुल
या
बिल्कुल, सही बात है।
या सही बात है। तो नहीं नहीं, वी डेफिनेटली वी वर्क टुगेदर इन फ्यूचर एज वेल।
Definitely.
Russian to tell you, yeah. So for the coffee, I make sure this is a good idea you put in my mind. So my next project, you see, coffee will be used. ये मुझे आपने एक
हाँ
अच्छा दिमाग में दिया, yeah.
हाँ, चाहे कॉफी हो या आपकी जो पाकिस्तान की बड़ी फेमस वो क्या है, तंदूरी चाय उसको बोलते हैं।
तंदूरी चाय, इलायची की चाय, अच्छा वो भी
हाँ,
हमारी बता, you have that,
ये
oh okay,
असल में
you
ना
know
क्या
it's
हुआ, वैसे असल में क्या हुआ तानिया जी कि कुछ साल पहले मेरी एक इंटरव्यू हुई थी एक आर्टिस्ट के साथ।
okay.
तो वो अक्सर दुबई पाकिस्तान में शूटिंग काफी करते हैं, रिकॉर्डिंग्स वगैरह, और उन्होंने जिक्र किया कि उनकी फेवरेट चाय तंदूरी चाय है। मैं सोचा यार ये तंदूरी चाय क्या फंडा है कि कोई नई चीज लग रही है मुझे।
It's so delicious. They
हाँ
do in the tandoor.
हाँ, बिल्कुल
I will
बिल्कुल।
send you the videos later. I make last time when I was in Pakistan last year, and it was even for me. There's a tandoor, so they put this clay, cups inside the tandoor, and they are
हम्म,
hot. Fire बना होता है और उसमें आपने चाय वो रख के उसके अंदर उबली, चाय they put tea into it, or it
हाँ
boils up. Oh, and then that tea, the clay, the मट्टी की जो होती है ना, उसके अंदर जब वो
वाह।
करते हैं, wow, you will, उफ, आप बस पागल हो जाएंगे पी के वो चाय। It was so nice.
क्या बात है, इंटरेस्टिंग। नहीं, सिंगापुर में भी मैं ख्याल मिलती होगी है, आपके हाथ की बनी तंदूरी चाय पियेंगे हम आकर जरूर।
मैं इतनी ट्रेंड नहीं हूँ। I make a good tea. You're most welcome. I'm a good cook as well. I make a good tea. I'm not only the fashion side of करके और आप हाथों शाथों पे ना जाए. I do everything because I have 2 kids. Yeah, so I need to take care of them as well. So I make good tea, but वो जो चाय है that is totally different. Even in Singapore, sometimes when we go, because this is here is more of the Indian teas we get. And इधर tehterik मिलती है, right? This is very sweet, the Malay, the one they drink. So locals they say, oh, बड़ी अच्छी चाय है, बड़ी। मैं कहा यार तुम लोग पाकिस्तान हो ना, तो तुम लोगों को चाय पिलवाओ, बड़ी अच्छी है, बड़ी अच्छी है, बड़ी अच्छी है। So they are
हाँ,
too sweet. They drink too sweet. They put the condensed milk actually. So the condensed
अच्छा,
milk when you put, yeah. So that वो जो एक हमारी एक अपनी देसी चाय होती है ना, हम कहते हैं पंजाबी
बिल्कुल
चाय, और
बिल्कुल
वो चीज
बिल्कुल।
like I can't get it here. So we can make in the house. But whenever I go Pakistan, so I just love all this street food and the local food. ये अलग बात है, बाद में बीमार हो जाते हैं, लेकिन
बिल्कुल
पीनी it's very nice actually. So जब आप आएंगे definitely.
जरूर जरूर, क्योंकि मैं वो समय का उद्दीक कर रहा हूँ कि मैं सिंगापुर आऊं, क्योंकि सिंगापुर इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कंट्री टू विजिट टूरिज्म के
Oh
लिए।
yeah, Singapore is the most, I guess, beautiful and peaceful city in the world. I
तो
just love it.
वहाँ के लोग खुश भी रहते हैं ना, क्योंकि उनका चेहरा भी काफी मैच करता है आपस में।
नहीं, यहाँ पे तो बहुत इधर के जो लोग हैं, आई डोंट वांट टू क्या क्यों पिटवाएंगे आप मुझे, सिंगापुर से निकलवाएंगे, बाद में बात करेंगे सर। I'm very bold when I'm talking. I'm very straightforward. The people who are watching Singaporean मुझे निकलवाएंगे।
कोई ना,
Later,
ऐसा नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा।
later.
हाँ, anyhow, गॉड
They are the
ब्लेस,
best
बड़े
people in the
शुक्रगुजार है।
world. So don't say anything about them. They're the best
नहीं नहीं,
in the
सिंगापुर
world.
देखो जी, मैं अक्सर भाई साहब भारी रेस्टोरेंट को मैं बोलता हूँ तो यार काश सिंगापुर का लॉ यहाँ होता ना तो मजा आ जाता,
Seriously, yes. Very
मजा आ
true.
जाता। क्योंकि
Very true.
कई जो इस वक्त हालात चल रहे हैं ना, खास करके इंडिया में या जो भी है चल रहा है
COVID.
वहाँ।
बिल्कुल,
हाँ,
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
अभी
It's
जैसे,
sad. It's sad.
हाँ
Singapore have
हाँ,
how they overcome all this COVID situation. This is amazing. It's amazing. Actually, the place is small, easy to take care. India is big. Pakistan is big. London is even big. But the law and order is very strong here. It's very good. And people listen also. Because the fines are high. People listen also. So I find more peaceful people here whenever I travel, wherever I go in the world, whether it's US or UK or Dubai side or Pakistan, and like whenever I come back, seriously, I tell this thing to all my Singaporean friends. Whenever I come back, whenever I go to enter the airport, I always feel like, wow, it's so peaceful, everything. You feel security, the country where the women and the kids are secure, where they feel this security, right? I guess that is the best feeling. And that is the best place on this planet Earth, I guess, where you feel the security.
Absolutely.
Nobody can do anything to you, and your kids are safe. They are going out. So that is the best part. And especially this COVID
Absolutely.
time, it's like, yeah, it's only like we are away from the families. We are missing, not meeting, like I'm missing my parents. I didn't met them
Yeah.
like in like 3 years. But as far as they are fine, I'm fine. We are fine, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
God bless Taniya. बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार है. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And
Thanks for your time. Yeah.
not
It's
a problem.
lovely.
So those,
Yeah.
yeah. So those who have been watching, once again, thank you so much. I'm going to be back next Saturday with another special guest. देखते हैं कौन हमारे साथ लाइव होगा अगले सैटरडे क्योंकि अभी कुछ कंफर्म नहीं हुआ है. So
Okay.
let's see what happens. So yes, Taniya, bye bye. Thank you. God bless. Good
Same
night.
here. Thanks for your time. It was really a great honor to be here in front of you and giving the interview and about talking about everything. And it was really everything. Even we did miss the chai. You know, in the
Yeah,
interview we did miss the chai. So thank
yeah,
God you
yeah.
did the recipe for the chai, but it was good. It was good.